Mike's Daily Podcast.
I think it's episode 1753, but I'm not sure because I've got some issues with my website. Yes, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. It is 1753. MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com is down, but the positive thing,
Mike's Daily Podcast,
is that I am still waking up at 4 in the morning and catching these sort of little snafus. Well, now
Mike's Daily Podcast,
it should be up soon. Hey, guess what? I have a new job, but I'm still doing the old one. It's the new job, the same as the old job. I love you for listening to the show. Hundreds celebrated the grand opening of the Bruce D. Johnson Gymnasium. Did you know? Where it's in San Lorenzo, if you've ever been. So
Mike's Daily Podcast,
San Lorenzo. Lots of people moving there because, well, it used to be cheap.
Mike's
Now it's not.
Daily
I have a feeling it will be again
Podcast
very soon with the way the economy is going. And house prices, I think they've peaked. I'm no real estate agent, but from where I have my ear to the ground and what I'm hearing is a sound of rain falling because now the rain is here in the Bay Area. But yeah, it's true. The rents supposedly are dipping a little bit. They got a little crazy earlier this year. It got nuts. When my roommate moved out, I was looking at prices of what I could charge the next person to move in. And I'm like, wow, I was a couple $100 off with my last roommate. So it could change. We'll see. But there's some people here. Let's say hi to them, because I don't have doors opening and slamming anymore on the show. You're welcome. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, the show supervisor. Oh my God, it's like so quiet in here now, Mike Matthews. It is. It's quiet, except for the usual people that are talking in the background. Like they don't even care I'm doing a show, a radio show. They can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Look who else is here. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. It's great that the doors don't open and shut anymore, except for when you go out to the patio of Cafe Anyway. That's right, John Deere, the engineer.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Mike, I'm offended by that.
But if you get offended, that's the way the cookie crumbles. No.
Offended by what? The thing that just happened with the here's today's podcast picture? That's what's offending. Basil. Oh, another day, another Basil story. Well, let's just say he didn't want to go out in the rain yesterday. So it was pretty mellow. Hey, a lot of people responded to the picture of my lovely lady friend and I. And we had a nice, quiet evening last evening watching El Ministerio del Tiempo. Not tempo, but tiempo. There we go. I'm saying it right, I think. Yeah, it was a very interesting episode. It's on Netflix. They say it's a Netflix original series, but I think it's being made for the Spanish TV network, whatever that is, in Spain. And it talks about Spanish history. It's fascinating. And what they did was, this was cool. They had a character in the show who can travel in and out of time. She travels regularly from the late 1800s to the present using doors. There are these doors that apparently open in Spain to different parts of history. So she goes from she goes from there to here, is what I'm saying. And apparently one of her maids discovers the doors too. But instead of following her to the present, she goes and checks out her, she's interested in her history, like what's going to happen to me. And she finds out that she ends up becoming a historical figure in Spain. A woman who is known to murder children. Yeah, she finds out that she becomes a horrible, horrendous monster in the future. So she tries to confront herself by bringing her future self into this corridor with all the doors that take you in and out of time, and tries to tell her, look, you've got to change your ways. And she says, She basically, the monster woman that she becomes, just pushes her out of the way, and she goes through a door in the future. She ends up going to 1986, and apparently I don't know how she knows this, but she tracks down this guy that's also a monster with children in the future, and they start to work together. And meanwhile, this team, the show is based around this team that work in the Ministry of Time, El Ministerio del Tiempo. They're trying to track down, where did this, oh my gosh, children are going to get harmed. And, well, it ends. But it has a good ending. Here's the thing, is I had to watch it to the end, and I ended up going to bed late. And I'm still getting up. I still have to get up early at 4 a.m. for my job. And, oh, this might be an interesting picture. There's this weird pipe that goes out to nowhere. I think that sounds like a good picture, doesn't it? A pipe that goes to nowhere. I took this picture 5 years ago, around this time. Let's take that picture of the weird pipe going to nowhere. Sounds good. Okay, it'll be a little odd picture for you. You can see it at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Hopefully, by the time you listen to the show. Because, like I said, my website was down. Hey, there was a Thanksgiving story in the paper that they threw at my driveway this morning. Let's see. Alameda County Sheriff's Officer Eric Holm and Alameda County Fire Department Captain Paul Mayer responded to a call regarding a man falling down a steep hill in the Columbia development in Castro Valley. Columbia in Castro Valley is actually at the top of this. It's got one way in and out. It's at the top of this hill. They got some great views up there. I used to walk Basil up there regularly, but you can't quite get up there these days. The man who fell down, he fell down an embankment in the rain. Ooh. And he was lying face down and unable to get up. They were able to use a cell phone ping. Huh, this happened on Thanksgiving? Oh. Jeez. But they had to go out there and do it. Things happen, doesn't matter the holiday. Things happen, and, well, thanks to them for doing that. And that was another story of heroism. Heroism in the world today. Let's have a little thank you for your heroism. So that climate change report came out on Black Friday. So basically the White House, who's been denying that climate change exists, they roll back all these regulations because Obama, oh my gosh, he wanted to kill America. He didn't have America first in mind. No. He wanted to regulate all these companies because all he cared about was the liberal agenda, which is to save the earth. Hello, we want to save the earth. What's wrong with that? Oh, you people think, you liberals think that there's such a thing as climate change. You're worrying Wandas, nervous Nellies, whatever that expression is. And you are causing our economy to go into the toilet. You don't have America first in your mind. You're not patriots. So, the Trump administration has to release a report that Congress said, we want to know what's going on with climate change. We want to know. And the study comes back and says, yes, climate change is going on. And if we keep on our current trajectory, this is what I've gleaned from what news reports. This is what the report says. I haven't actually read it myself. But it basically says that climate change is happening. And the White House, who's always denying it, has to release this. And they release it on Black Friday, the day nobody even cares about the news. Because they're busy running around trying to get that special toy for... Actually, they can't go to toy stores anymore. They don't exist. They have to go online. They're just not interested, apparently. Which I find that doesn't seem right to me. Black Friday, I don't think I did watch the news, did I? A little bit, maybe. But it's like, people are going to watch news, even though somebody keeps saying all news is fake, and you can't trust the media. And
you are fake news.
Fake news. Fake news.
Oh, don't look over here. Look over there. So the White House basically having to concede that there's global warming. And all your friends that deny that there's global warming, they have to now concede that there's global warming. Because not only do you have the top scientists in Europe saying it's happening, not only do you have our own Congress saying that it's happening, but now the White House is forced to say that it's happening. And it's like, Urgh! So back to, however, a little guy named Julian Assange, who apparently somewhere along the line decided that he hated Hillary and did everything he could to stop her from winning the election. Apparently, he met with Paul Manafort. Paul Manafort is apparently now not going to get that special whatever that Mueller was doing.
Bueller.
He was going to give him a special pass so he wouldn't get as many years. He wouldn't have to put in as many years in the jail. He did a deal. And apparently that's gone now because Paul Manafort lied to Mueller. And it has to do with the fact that he met with Julian Assange. Just according to the Guardian newspaper in England, comes out with this report that said Paul Manafort went and met with Julian Assange. It's very suspect that would go on, and all this stuff that WikiLeaks released anti-Hillary, to the point where Hillary had to set the record straight.
But I just want to set the record straight.
Which, I don't know, did she? Did that ever happen? Oh, wait, she lost the election. I guess she didn't set this record straight enough. But some guy apparently really loved all those WikiLeaks.
WikiLeaks! I love WikiLeaks!
That was Trump. Did you not know that? As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Castro Valley. So yes, it gets very, very interesting. Is this all fake news? Fake news? Who knows? But Friendsgiving was fun last Friday. We celebrated Friendsgiving on Black Friday. Had some friends over. It was fun. I was going to cook, but I was working that day at my part-time job, so I ended up just saying, hey, let's go out. So we went to a Thai restaurant and had Thai food after Thanksgiving, which is always nice because you're sick of the turkey and you want some curry. Let's switch that turkey for curry. You can make a curry turkey, I think, maybe. I don't have that recipe at hand. But yes, that's possible. And we had a great time. It ended up just being a group of 4. And we were in the restaurant basically by ourselves. We had it all to ourselves and had a great time. Oh, had some Thai iced tea. Delicious. Thank you, Bay Area, for having a plethora of Thai restaurants. It is so wonderful. Get away from that crappy traditional American. I just said something unpatriotic, didn't I? I'm tired of turkey. I'll probably miss it by next year. Maybe, heck, by Christmas. Who knows? But I didn't mind foregoing the turkey for a little bit of enjoying some curry. Hey, today I have to do a meeting. And I'm excited because when I worked in Alabama, meetings were horrid. Meetings were bad, partly because I couldn't understand what anyone was saying. Because the accent was thick, my friend. Very thick. That Alabama accent, it takes a little while to adjust to. But people were throwing everyone was throwing each other under the bus. So it was not a fun experience, those meetings in Alabama. But I'm hoping for hopefully a better one today. We'll see what happens. So there you go. Global warming is happening. We got to change it. We got to change what we do. The White House now even knows that, and they got to deal with it. And that's how the show is going to end, with dealing with the facts. Next show, maybe there'll be some more heroism, and maybe we'll have some more interesting things. We will see. But let's see. Oh, Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster will stop by. Have a great day. Thanks for listening.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST MIKEs-DAILY-Podcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.